the work from home versus, getting people back into the office, like where does that dynamic intersect with immigration? And how might companies' policies begin to change and accommodate this new this new factor?
I think a lot of it's going to be governed around compliance. I think the government's still trying to get their arms around what does remote work mean, and if you're remotely sitting in one country but that work is being performed in another country, you know, who's responsible for that? What country's employment laws does that employee fall under? What holidays should they give? What social insurance should they receive? All of those things I think are now the dynamics in play that everyone in governments are trying to sort out, because then the next biggest thing is who gets the tax earned from that work activity that they're doing. So all of those compliance issues are going to start driving the policies. Employers aren't going to want to have to police everything that they do, but in some respects, when it comes down to compliance, they're going to have to. So I think they're going to start to see, and we encourage that today, have a documentation of where you expect your employees to be, where they're at. So there's no surprises where we get the call from you, Nate, and all of a sudden you're saying, yeah, Australia's been great. And we're like, wait a minute, Australia, what are you doing working there? We thought you were just down the street working where your house used to be. And so employers have a responsibility to know where their employees are. And I think there'll be policies that set out the guidelines of here's your notifications, here's where you can work from. And it might include a list of locations with countries, but it may say, if you're selecting anywhere not on this list, we need to talk and go through that. But I think it's going to be, we've talked a lot about communication. It's the companies communicating, here's what our policy can be or what we can allow, and then looking to work through that. And historically, we haven't had to say, we need to know where you're working, because no one really dreamt that if you weren't in the office, that you weren't just down the street at your house. And now you see the commercials. Bali has great opportunities for working from home. Belize, there's many countries that are putting out there those digital nomad visas and saying, hey, work from my country. But not everyone is recognizing there's a reason and there's a visa that's needed for that.